Welcome! My name is ShatterBrainz and I'm going to be your Cryptovoxel's coach today. For anyone who does not have Magicavoxel, please pause the video and download it now. You can go to GitHub and find it there. Let's get started. Once you have the program open, we can now explore a few basic tools that we'll be using. First, let's reshape our workspace. Up in the top right corner here, you'll go from the 40 by 40 by 40 voxels to 32 by 32 by 32, which is the size that we use in CryptoVoxels for our wearables. Next, along the left side of the screen, by our palette, you'll see our brush settings. I like to clear the workspace, and then you can do that simply by pressing the clear button, or you can use the erase and the layer button and sweeping all the voxels out of the workspace. Now that we have an empty workspace, let's have some fun. The right mouse button will grab your environment and move it. Scroll to zoom in and out, and the left mouse button is your voxel painting tool. You can select that by pressing the V button or coming up here to the brush menu and pressing the square and attach. Let's start by building something easy like a sci-fi shoe. I like to do that by using the voxel tool and making it really, really large down here where it says voxel. Let's pick a color, this nice blue, and then let's create something that looks about the shape of a foot. Alright, needs a bit more of a heel, so let's raise it up a little bit more. That was off center. Here we go. That looks like about the shape of a foot. Alright, now from here we can fine tune this a little bit by adding some more shapes and some more colors to it. So let's go ahead and do that by adding a little bit more layers to this ankle. Alright, and let's add some colors to this. Let's grab a green. And this is the line tool here, and it has its own geometry here. So it has line, square, which you can add some squares, and circle, where you can add some circles. Let's go to line geometry and paint, and let's paint some stuff on here. Adding some color across some of the highlights. Making these look like laces. Using the layer and paint tool, we can come to the bottom, make that black, like the sole of a shoe. And coming back to the geometry tool, we can paint along the bottom here to thicken that up a little. Now let's grab another color, and let's paint some of these flat surfaces to really spruce up. Look at this shoe a little bit. And if you want to get really creative, using the layer tool and the erase tool, you can remove some of the voxels all the way through the shoe. That might be a little much. And then we can paint the inside as well. And then let's get this. Lower our voxel size. the erase and the layer tool again. And let's remove the top half of that, so your character has some room to stick their ankles in if you need it. Let's just paint along the side of it. That's the erase tool, not the paint tool. Grab that and paint. Now let's paint some different lines on here. Down that way. Down that way. Like so. Get some of the stripes on. And you can see after a few minutes you've got something that kind of looks like a shoe that you can wear for your Cryptovoxel characters. Now, if you want to see what this looks like in the Cryptoverse, you can click the render button here and it'll render it some basic textures, and this will basically be how it looks with your character. From there, you can come down to the bottom right and you can use the export setting to export it as a voxel. And from there, you can upload it to the Cryptovoxel metaverse. Thanks for joining me on this tutorial for Cryptovoxel Wearables.